the beaches of Santa Monica. And now it's ended out.
Kevin, thanks very much.
All right, David, thank you. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot.
Can't be lazy around Patrick Beverley. He's going to get you down low with hands. That time, he blocks a shot.
Allen. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Out to Morris. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Morris dishes to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. And good that time.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. Paul George is aggressive. Look at his eyes right now, focused on scoring, and he sees the open path and gets right there.
Irving, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
Now here's Irving. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
Here's George. And it's sent back by Allen. 17-foot shot on the way.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Leonard finds Morris. Passes it to Beverley, and here's Leonard. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his first foul for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for George. Williams passes to Leonard. Offensive rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Irving. Rebound by Harrell.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Up the floor. A nice shot by LeVert.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And here's Beverley. He brings it up for the Clippers. 6-point game. Morris against Irving. Here's Harrell. Up and in on the layup. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Following the miss by Lou Williams. Irving. And the shot is long. Clippers trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. Count that one. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
Great use of the bounce pass. Thumbs down on that one. Tough to defend against.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Landry Shamet's checked in for Patrick Beverley. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Joe Harris comes in for Kyrie Irving.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Back to Dinwiddie. The dish now to Jordan. Pass to KD. Over Morris. Drills the elbow jumper.
Well, that's a smart shot by KD. Sizes up the D and then just cashes in.
Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. The pass to Morris. From deep three-point range. Dinwiddie with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris, and it's Jackson in for Leonard. And then for Brooklyn, Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant, and it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for LeVert. And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. Here's Shamet. And the 3 off target. Now here's Prince. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Brooklyn in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think you get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got, Shamet and George at the 2 and the 3. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Green, and it's Jackson in at the point guard. Stolen by George. Green with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Shamet the pass to Harrell. Back to Shamet. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
Yeah, Paul George, look out, hammers that one home.
For 3, Harris. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Paul George with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Jackson. That's tipped.
Such a good defender, Taurean Prince. Physical, good lateral movement, and has the tools there to snuff out a shot.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubats is checked in. Irving's checked in for Brooklyn. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Prince kicks to Irving. And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Patrick Beverley, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in. Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Jared Allen.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Stolen by George. And here we go. Beverley heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverley is going to do his best to get you the ball.
Outside Irving. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
And it's in there. Irving's got 13.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Morris, no good.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
A nice shot by LeVert.
And Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Pass to Leonard. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Shot clock at 6. Here's Zubac. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Here's LeVert. He kicks it to Irving. Back to LeVert. Durant with a wide open look. No good with the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
He's one of the most uniquely built players in the NBA, and Kawhi Leonard draws contact often. I'm not sure he feels it, but he gets it.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Irving looking over the floor, and there's the call on Lou Williams. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Luwawu is checked in for Joe Harris. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 8. Outside Williams. Pass to Morris. Back to Williams. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Shoots over LeVert. Second chance shot. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor,
that'll do it for the first half. Nets lead by 8. We'll take a quick break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 13 points and 1 rebound. He was on the fringes in their last game. Tonight, he's been the centerpiece. And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Now, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
So for Brooklyn now, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Pass to George. And here's Morris for three. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Zubac trying to break loose. Again, the miss by Morris. Brooklyn leading by 8. Here's KD. On the wing, Irving. Defended by Beverly. And so Beverly will bring it up for the Clippers. Here's George. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, defender just a little too late in reacting. Gets a piece of Paul George, but a piece, that's not enough.
Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Irving can't hit. Clippers trail by 4.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him. Well, we've all seen it, the mobility, the wingspan of Durant. Seriously, how are you going to stop him on an alley-oop?
George passes to Zubac. And George kicks to Beverly. On the wing, Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Morris has got 6 points.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
Dinwiddie wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. JaMychal Green comes in for Morris. Landry Shamet's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Caris LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Irving. And the dunk by Jordan.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
In the corner, Shamet with it. The three-pointer, no good.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Williams, he's checked in for the Clippers. And the Nets making a change here as well. Luwawu Cabarrot, he's checked in for Dinwiddie. Williams up on top, guarded by Jordan. Williams can't hit. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. 6 points for him.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open three when he's got it.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Lays it in off the breakaway. And now it's an 11-point Nets lead.
Great to see Kyrie Irving getting after it on the defensive end, showing how quick those hands can be, not with the ball handling, but knocking the ball away. What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Outside Irving. There's the pass to Luwawu. Irving kicks to Prince. For 3, Harris. Rebound by Harrell. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Bobbed up there for Green. It's stolen by Harris. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. And the Clippers making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. Karis LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. For three, Harris. That one doesn't drop. Clippers trail by 11. Outside Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Leonard on the wing. And it's Irving with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. The shot's good.
No stopping Kyrie on the drive right there. Getting to the basket with ease.
Outside Leonard. In the corner. Shamet with it. Stolen by LeVert. And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I'd go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. Patrick Beverly out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Harrell. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. The Nets also changing it up. Durant's checked in for Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Prince. Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists in the game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Passes it to Harrell. So another turnover for Brooklyn.
Wow, you watched the defender, and it looked like he knew that was coming. He made a quick play on it to intercept the ball in the passing lane.
And it's Irving missing. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Down by 15. Morris, no good. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Irving against George. Here's Irving. Chalk up 2 there. Irving's got 21 in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. Sinks the triple.
Well, the D has done a very poor job at contesting him from outside, guys. He's tearing into them right now, and they cannot stop him.
Here's Irving. Out to KD. Fires the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Harrell's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
The shot's good from Irving.
That's a gorgeous move from Kyrie, slicing and getting into the defense. What a play.
Clippers trail by 14. In the corner, George with it. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Irving against Beverly, and it's good. 2 points. Irving's got 12 points here in the second half.
Feels like Kyrie locked in right now. No let up in his offensive attack, and he's hot. The leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Here's Irving. He gets that one. He's got 27.
Kyrie not backing away from the contact there. In fact, welcoming that one, tricked you into it.
Harrell trying to free himself up. Nets leading by 16. Outside Irving. A minute 42 left here in the 4th quarter. And that one, good.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
Here's Leonard. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by KD.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Nets.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kyrie Irving.
Oh, those points he had tonight, all critical, all from energy and activity. He just never seemed to stop.
On the wing, Irving. Stolen by George. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Morris finds Harrell. Morris against Dinwiddie. Outside Irving. Stolen by George. Here's Morris. Leonard dishes to Beverly. Stolen by LeVert. Irving with the ball. Here's Allen. Now the pass to LeVert. Irving with a clean look. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that...
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For great... The activity in front of the Brooklyn. And before we...
Kevin, thank you. There is no question.
Indeed, something special, David. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And looking at the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Caris LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And that one's good, Irving. Terrific talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
And then Durant with the dunk.
You know, why settle for the layup when you're this close? Durant might as well just turn it over and punch it home.
And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 4-point game. Dallas moving the ball around. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. A three-pointer off the mark. Irving passes to KD. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area. Excellent quickness that time by Hardaway allows him to do work inside.
To the left side wing. Dinwiddie wide open. Misses the 3. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Porzingis. On the wing, Doncic. Stolen by LeVert. And again, Brooklyn running the court in transition. Dinwiddie kicks to Irving. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. It's LeVert on the wing. It's Durant on the wing. And then Durant with the dunk.
Tell you what, that defense was physical, and yet Durant, with great balance and composure, just stayed with it.
Pass to Doncic. Feeds it to Hardaway. Doncic passes to Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Powell, with that long body of his, does a nice job going at the defense and forcing them to foul.
And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. Harris is checked in for Caris LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Kyrie Irving. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. DeLon Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Now here's Brunson. And Curry has it in the corner. There's the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball.
This is why you pay Seth Curry the big contract, the big money. His range is unlimited.
Harris passes to Luwawu. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Nets?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now here's Jordan, and he makes good on the layup.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
In transition, here come the Nets.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
And, you know, nothing like getting an opponent on the ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Curry finds Wright. Here's CLA Stein.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
Prince, the pass to Jordan. Poked away. Curry with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Curry's got the ball. CLA Stein kicks to Curry. Will it go? Again, the miss by the Mavericks. No good there. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams. Here is Spencer Dinwiddie discussing the...
As a team, as a unit, as a roster,
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile, total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, I agree. That was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling. They're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Luwawu is out there with Irving, and it's Harris in at the small forward. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And Clark, the second time was the charm for Seth Curry. Last season, he returned to Dallas after they let him go to Portland for a year.
Greg, sometimes we've seen it on the court. Sometimes we see it in life. I mean, you don't miss something until you don't have it. And Seth is more than just a shooter. He's a great shooter, but he's also a very reliable ball handler. He's unselfish. He doesn't take anything for granted. He plays hungry. And Dallas realized the mistake they'd made and went about correcting it.
And Luwawu Cabarro is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. So for the Nets, Allen's checked in for Jordan. Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. And Caris LeVert subbed in for Luwawu. Then for the Mavericks, Porzingis is checked in for Maxi Kleber. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Durant for 3. It's rebounded by Doncic. Mavericks trail by 13. Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Porzingis is doubled. And it's CLA Stein. That time on the assist by Porzingis. CLA Stein's got his first points of the game. Irving dishes to KD. Doncic with the steal. Now the Mavericks moving it up. CLA Stein in the post. He's against Allen. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Outside, Porzingis. Kicks it to Curry. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, and I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
Well, I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that.
No, we don't do that.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
To the right side. Porzingis against Durant. Kicks it out to Allen. Back to Durant. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Porzingis passes to Powell, and the shot goes in.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Doncic against Irving. Passes it to Durant. 1:02 left in the first half of the game. And the shot goes in.
Well, he's capable of scoring from anywhere. Durant's size and touch make him a prime-time threat inside.
Outside, Porzingis. Irving with the steal. Count it.
At the offensive end, he's been assertive and efficient, guys. A big reason why they hold this lead right now.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You just got to marvel at his greatness.
The pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Outside, Porzingis. Allen with the rebound.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Here's Durant, and KD throws it down.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Out of bounds.
And it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Durant.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
And so it's Kevin Durant. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal. Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 19 points and 1 steal. He's been a different player than he was their last outing when he was... And that's all we have for now.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the floor for Dallas. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Luka Doncic out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot.
Well, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and, Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
And then Durant with the jam.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
Priority and goal number one has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's foul number 2 for him. Harris is checked in for the Nets. And Dallas also making a switch. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Stolen by LeVert. Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance. Outside for Durant. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season. And yet, they did the right thing, and when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Harris passes to Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Doncic kicks to Curry. Shot to stop the run. Rebound, Brooklyn. Right side, Irving. And KD, the bucket on the assist by Irving. KD's got 10 points here in the second half. Outside, Porzingis. Pass to Finney Smith. Doncic against KD. And it's Doncic missing. Pass to Harris. KD on the wing. Out to Harris. 5 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. That shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They get it back. Curry dishes to CLA Stein. Takes the 3. And Seth Curry hits from deep. Curry's got 11 points.
Boy, KP wanting to dish it when his guys are open. I love that team-first attitude on display.
Here's KD. Porzingis with the rebound. And so Curry will bring it up for Dallas. They trail by 18. To the paint. Here's CLA Stein, and it comes off the front of the rim. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Wants to get it to Doncic, and does. Got a piece of it.
Super recognition that time to come up with the block shot, as LeVert was quick to recognize where he was and get off the ground.
The Nets working the ball around now. Here's Durant, and then Durant with the jam.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it. You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
And Curry has it in the corner. And it's sent back by KD.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I'll tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Passes to CLA Stein. Curry kicks to Doncic. The pass to CLA Stein. Outside Curry. It'll count. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. Right back after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Then it's Jordan, and it's Luwawu in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Wright, the pass to Hardaway. Wright dishes to Hardaway. Lays it up and banks it in. Hardaway has got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Dallas. And stolen by Wright. Brunson with it, defended by Dinwiddie. Hardaway passes to Powell. Bucket is good. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Powell, that's good.
Boy, very easy that time for Powell. Not going to miss that one.
Durant kicks to Jordan. Pass to Dinwiddie. Durant against Kleba. KD can't get it to go.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And Wright kicks to Brunson. In the corner, it's Kleba. Pass to Brunson. And Durant comes to help. Powell. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And then Durant with the dunk.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
For Dallas, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Wright, the pass to Brunson. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Irving's checked in for Luwawu. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for the Mavericks. And it's good for 2.
You know, the defense just can't stop Durant's drive. I mean, he's got that alchemy of agility and power. He's hard to shut down.
To the middle. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Jordan. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That's foul number 2 for him.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there. And I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions, a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Jared Allen comes in for Jordan. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Prince. Hardaway passes to Powell. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's on Jared Allen.
And, you know, when Powell is this deep, the defense knows they're in trouble. Sometimes they have no choice but to foul him.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Justin Jackson comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. White, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Powell dishes to Jackson. Back to Powell. And Jordan sends it back.
Hey, get that weak stuff out of here. Take it home. Jordan is fantastic at rejecting those kinds of shots.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Kevin Durant.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
Crawford's shot is good.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Dallas moving it around. Down low, it's tipped. Here's Marjanovic. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
One shot.
It's on Jared Allen.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. At the elbow, it's Allen. Durant for three. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, I tell you, this guy just does not quit on the boards. His energy is contagious, especially on the offensive glass.
Inside. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. .20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the inside. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Boy, that's a really nice feed by J.J. Barea.
And so Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points. Dinwiddie against Barea. Passes it to Kleba. It's right on the wing. From the arc. Off on that one. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got...
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. the Margaret Hunt-Hill Bridge. And nothing.
Hey, Kevin, the Mavericks.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at point guard. And for the Mavericks, inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. Here's Leonard. The Mavericks pull it in.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break.
George with the bucket.
At 6'8", Paul George is a threat inside, looking very comfortable from in there.
Doncic dishes to Powell. 7-foot shot. It's hauled in by Zubac. And GA, even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
It's stolen by Morris. Here's Leonard. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Leonard brings the double team. It's stolen by Morris.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Zubac kicks to George. Good.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Inside, deflects the pass. All going up court. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got 3 assists tonight.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
Doncic passes to Powell, and that'll be 2 free throws coming. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at and how fast. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Because of George's strong defensive instincts, he's able to consistently disrupt opponents.
Leonard with the steal. And now it's Leonard running. Here we go, all the way. And then Leonard with the dunk.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And then for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Kleba, clock is at 3. And the rejection by Harrell. And that one's good, George. That's now 8 points for Paul George.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And that ends the struggle. You could feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Frustrating beginning for them, but we have a long way to go. Now they just need to string together some buckets.
Right, the pass to Carl. Oh!
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Los Angeles leading by 14. Here's Shamet. Offensive rebound. Feeds it to Williams. Back to Shamet. Tries again. Harrell on the follow.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
For Dallas, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Cauley Stein against Harrell. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Nice work inside by Cauley Stein. Great tools as a finisher.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Stolen by Brunson. Morris against Cauley Stein. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on George. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the night. That free throw, no good.
And what I like about Cauley Stein is just how hard he plays. Really both ends, a scrappy player.
Back to Jackson. He dishes it to Harrell. On the wing, Green. Harrell drive, and oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time.
And so it's Los Angeles with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They've excelled in the open court.
That's what I put really a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. They've got Curry. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Maxi Kleber. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Wright in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And give Sweet Lou credit. Turns down his own shot because his teammate has a better one.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
A different look for Dallas. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for DeLon Wright. Hardaway is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Los Angeles, Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Here's Hardaway. It's hauled in by Beverley. Clippers leading by 18. Green dishes to Harrell. Outside Leonard. Green kicks to Leonard. Outside for Jackson. Leonard inside. Green breaking loose. It's good. Leonard's got 10 points in the game.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
And Porzingis, here we go. Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up Los Angeles. The Clippers again in transition. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And that one is good. 6 points for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Mavericks have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Here's Curry, and the layup falls.
Great job executing the offense. That pass on time and on point.
Jackson passes to Green. Low block shot on the way. It's rebounded by Dallas. And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Doncic is subbed in for Seth Curry. The Clippers also changing it up. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for JaMychal Green. And George is subbed in for Jackson. Paul George with the steal. Now the Clippers moving it up. Lob pass to George, and it's George finishing it off.
The trust George has built with his team, they know he'll finish strong if they feed him.
Paul George with the steal. Yep, it counts.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
1:57 left to play here in the second quarter. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. Doncic against Beverly to the wing on the left. And Doncic hits it to go. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces. But title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office. George dishes to Beverly. Beverly against Hardaway. Pass to Porzingis. In the corner, Hardaway with it. That's tipped. Doncic outside. 4 on the clock. Powell trying to free himself up. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Here's George. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Powell. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. George. And here's Morris for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Pass to Hardaway. Powell with it, covered by Morris. And that one released in time, but no good.
Bring it.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 14 points. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Doncic against Leonard. Down low. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Leonard's got 14 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Outside Hardaway. Back to Porzingis. Powell trying to free himself up. Porzingis can't hit.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Excellent pass, PG-13, keeping his eyes up, using his vision.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Here's Beverly, again Los Angeles.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
And turnovers have been the issue for him.
You can see the coaches have gotten into him a little bit about this. They've got to do a better job of taking care of the ball.
That one falls.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
George looking over the floor. Makes it off the glass. 16 points for him.
Love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Seth Curry comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubats. JaMychal Green comes in for Morris. Landry Shamit's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick Beverly. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Curry. Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the first one drops. Greg, as a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing your offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Teardrop shot. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Stolen by Jackson. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Green with the ball. And that one's good. Shamet.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Curry can't get it to go. For Los Angeles, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And it's Harrell at the elbow. And the pass to Green. Shoots over Curry. Again, Los Angeles.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Right, the pass to Curry. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Curry's got 4 points this quarter. Williams against Wright. Williams kicks to Jackson. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Good vision, good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
Knocked away, taken away by Williams. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And so Green will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. First trip to the line for him here.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
You look at the trajectory of Williams' career. Second-round pick, started slow, but his game has aged like a fine wine.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Green with the block. Outside Jackson. Four seconds left. The shot, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Clippers ahead, just dominant. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Let me tell you, when you can run offense through your bigs, you give the defense just another thing it has to try and take away.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got J.J. Barea. Cauley Stein is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Jackson, and it's Wright in at the 2. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
And don't let Green's skill game confuse you. He can rise up and finish around the rim with the best in the business.
Passes to Cauley Stein. 11 feet away. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush, perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
And now here comes Wright, leading the break. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Cauley Stein dishes to Wright. Here's Marjanovic. That one, no good. So the Clippers will take it the other way. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. Back to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And Willie Cauley Stein gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Patrick Beverly comes in for Reggie Jackson.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Good on the bucket. Jackson's got his first basket.
This is who you want leading that play, a sure passer with great awareness.
Here's Magruder, guarded by Wright, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Marjanovic passes to Powell, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
Clippers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Here's Mann from outside the arc. That one's not going to go. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Barea, no good. The Clippers shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. It's stolen by Barea. And here they come. Here's Wright, and finished off by Wright.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
Turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Justin Jackson. And Luka Doncic subbed in for J.J. Barea. The Clippers again turning it over. Mavericks have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Here's George. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim. You have to compete at all times. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in LA with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And he gets the bucket.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. And the Clippers have possession. Beverly finds Zubac. And Leonard has it in the corner. Zubac the pass to Leonard. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the second pick in the 2017 draft, that or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' gain.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
Morris kicks to Leonard. Pass to Beverly. And here's George for 3. That shot no good. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for Steve. getting ready to roll.
Hey, Kevin. Well,
it does indeed. Thanks, David. And the Clippers starting five. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. And looking at the Nets, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Caris LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Now, here is Irving. Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Well, he's so effective close to the rim because Kevin Durant has the size, he has the feel, and he knows he can score. Oh! That is Paul George, the incredible vertical and the unbelievable creativity.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar. You can see the handle of Kawhi Leonard so much tighter than it used to be. How confident is he off the dribble?
Here's Dinwiddie. A second chance effort. Three-pointer. The Nets working the ball around now. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist.
This guy is such a good all-around player. Caris LeVert sharpening his court awareness and finding his open teammates.
George passes to Zubac. Excellent D there from Allen.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
KD can't get it to go.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
Count that bucket.
Well, you have to respect the focus of Paul George, not letting the defense alter his shot.
Here's Irving. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And Durant sends it back. Irving looking over the floor. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. He feeds it to KD. And that one's drained from the low block.
Boy, do not fall asleep on Kevin Durant. Catch and shoot, forget about it.
The Clippers trail. Right side, George. Pass to Zubac. Outside for George from downtown. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And KD throws it down.
Well, you want to try to stay between Kevin Durant and the basket because he will throw it down if he gets near the cup.
George passes to Leonard. Leonard on the wing for 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. It's a 3-point game. Irving can't hit.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through, see if you can get an easy opportunity.
It's good on the putback.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
And now running up the court, Leonard pushing it up. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Irving drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup.
Oh, Kyrie dazzling on the drive. One of the best in the league at that.
Morris right side. Pass to Beverley. From deep, George. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And you will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
And then Durant with the jam.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Morris, no good. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Dinwiddie. Irving's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
And Beverly kicks to George. And the Clippers miss again. Nets leading by 5. And a wide open look for Irving. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Irving's got 8 points.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Nets out in front as they end the first quarter on a 14-6 run. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. And earlier we...
How can we be the best version of ourselves?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Irving is out there with Luwawu, and it's Harris in at the 3. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. A nice shot by Jordan.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And stolen by Jordan. Passes it to Harris. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. For the 3. Green with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate.
Left side, Jackson. Green passes to Jackson. Now Shamet, guarded by Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Green. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Harrell kicks to Shamet. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. John Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Here's Irving, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Here's Jackson. Rebound, Brooklyn. In transition, here come the Nets. Here's Harris. It's deflected. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Luwawu Cabarro, and Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And a switch here also for the Clippers. Leonard, he's checked in for Landry Shamet, and they pick up 2.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
And there's the pass to Jordan. To the paint, here's Prince. Now Durant. Tipped away. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. Some changes for Brooklyn. Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And it's LeVert in for Joe Harris. The Clippers also changing it up. Marcus Morris is checked in for JaMychal Green. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Patrick Beverley making it easy for his teammate to score.
KD on the wing. 1:04 left now here in the second. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Dinwiddie's got his second basket.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
George finds Leonard. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the half. George passes to Leonard. 6 to shoot. Out to Morris from deep three-point range. And it's Durant with the rebound. KD's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
And George. Oh!
Wow. Boy, you have got to love the energy Paul George is playing with. Throws the hammer down.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 12 points. Well, we know he's a... And that's going to do it for our halftime show.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close to the game it's been so far. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half. Got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside. And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Clippers trail by 7. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Takes it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. And the dunk by Zubac.
Though he may not be a natural point guard, Patrick Beverley understands how to find his teammates.
Irving. Pass to LeVert. Durant wide open. He fires. LeVert the pass to Allen. And it's Allen slamming it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. To the middle. Takes it out to Leonard. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
Well, don't let Kawhi's quiet demeanor fool you. This guy has athleticism and explosiveness. How about that in style?
LeVert in the corner. And on the way from Irving for three. It's hauled in by Paul George.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
One of the key aspects for Kawhi Leonard's scoring per game is his ability to get to the free throw line. This guy lives there.
And Kawhi Leonard, one of the league's most dominant rebounders, Doris, from the wing position.
Board man gets paid. That was his motto from back in high school and college. It's all about hard work and earning your keep, according to Kawhi.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Harris comes in for Caris LeVert. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for Dinwiddie. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Marcus Morris. Lou Williams is checked in for George. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
Throw it up and let Montrezl Harrell finish.
Loads it up there for Harrell. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Irving with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. Here's Luwawu. Down low. Jordan finds Harris. Off target with the open look.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles for the lead. He's off on that one, and it's the Nets taking it the other way. 1:57 left to play here in the third. Irving for three. That's good. It's his 7th made basket in 14 tries.
As soon as Kyrie Irving crosses half court, you have got to guard him, and you've got to be balanced because this guy is an effective, dominant offensive presence. You think about Lou Williams and finding his way and finding himself with the Los Angeles Clippers. He's played for a fifth of the teams in the league. He always felt overlooked, underappreciated, but certainly he's found his niche here.
Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Brooklyn. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Green's checked in. Outside Irving. And he converts the layup. Irving's got 5 points now in the quarter. Well, Doris, in the past, some regarded Lou Williams as a lackluster defender. Didn't want to lift weights. Had kind of an interesting reputation. He bounced around the league, as we know, quite a bit. He's played for a lot of different teams.
Right. I mean, think about his early association with Allen Iverson, the great Allen Iverson. He's succeeded on his own terms, right? Both of them comfortable in their own skin, able to do some amazing things on the court.
And he shot the lights out in that first half, but seems to have lost some of his momentum after the break.
Jackson dishes to Green. The kick out to Williams. Shamet on the wing. Clock at 4. Jackson passes to Green. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Jackson. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. And it's Green with the jam.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Durant kicks to Irving. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. The three from KD. And the Nets miss again. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Here's Harrell. It's good. This game is all even. Harrell's got his second bucket of the night.
Montrezl Harrell relishes that kind of contact. Put it on the deck and drive it, Montrez.
Here's KD. Connects on the 9-footer.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Nets lead by 2. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. They've got Taurean Prince. He's out there with Jared Allen. LeVert out there with Joe Harris. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. George finds Harrell. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. Prince outside. Allen against Zubac. Back to Prince. Pass to LeVert. The three. Buries it from three-point range. LeVert's got himself on the board with 3 there.
I love watching Caris LeVert be assertive on the offensive end. The ability to rise and fire in the catch and shoot.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Landry Shamet. Dinwiddie, the bounce pass. Allen in the post, working on Zubac. Good on the shot. Now it's a 7-point Nets lead.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
Leonard kicks to George. Wow. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing that that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Nets passing it around. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Beverly. The shot, no good. Dinwiddie with some nice D. From deep. Prince, the pass to Allen. Harris outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Kevin Durant's checked in for Brooklyn. Irving comes in for Harris. Outside for George. On the wing, Morris. Back to George. Pass to Beverly. And the wide open shot from Morris. Off target with his 3. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's his first foul. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
And a deep 3 from Irving. Offline with his 3.
When you're not in rhythm with the 3 ball, why do you keep firing from there?
And that one's good. Leonard.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard has built his game brick by brick. You want him to score on the interior? No problem.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Let's remember, this is a former Finals MVP. He will not blink in the biggest of moments.
Irving kicks to KD. Cloak loose. It's stolen by Morris. To the paint. Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Leonard against LeVert.
Wow, this guy, Caris is a big-time gamer. You love seeing the young man make big-time shots.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 4. Morris, no good.
Boy, a wide-open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
KD's shot is off. Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Yes!
Absolutely no fear. Kawhi Leonard welcomes these moments. He relishes these moments.
Got a piece of it. Allen passes to Irving. It's good!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Here's George. Up top, Zubac. Back to George. Kicks it out to Leonard. Money!
Kawhi Leonard has averaged 25-plus across multiple seasons. We are talking about an elite scorer.
I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Inside. Here's Allen. It's in!
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And as a result, they may be facing just a little bit less resistance right now. They are having their way.
George, that's a 2-pointer. Up again. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. That was a fun night of basketball. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Brooklyn Nets coming into the building and looking sharp, and they hope to be sharp on the court, too. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Caris LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. And for the Mavericks, inside at the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
Doncic with it. Hardaway finds Porzingis. Fades back. Another shot to the left wing. Here's Finney-Smith. There's the pass to Hardaway. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players. But you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. And it's sent back by KD. Here's Dinwiddie. 2 points. That one goes.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And there's the defensive 3-second call.
And Jared Allen, the big man out of Texas, a big part of his impact is how well he moves as a center. Very long and covers a ton of ground on both ends.
And the technical free throw is good. Back to Powell. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Clock at 6. Hardaway dishes to Powell. Rebounded by the Nets. And with Allen, the amount of floor he can cover with a few steps is staggering.
And, Kevin, it lets him take away chances and opportunities on D. On the other end, one step to the hoop, and he's completely relocated as a target. One of the best moving bigs in our league.
Here's Finney-Smith, and there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. Irving with the steal.
And you know what? That passing lane wasn't open for long. He closed it down in a heartbeat there to get the steal.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nets.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
Joe Harris is checked in for the Nets. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Allen, and slam dunk by Allen.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Seth Curry comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 13-5 run. And he comes up with the deuce. Dinwiddie's got 10.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Curry passes to Porzingis. Outside for Curry. Beyond the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Then for the Nets, Taurean Prince comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Luwawu Cabarrot in for LeVert. Out to the wing. Prince in the corner. To the inside. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Right side Curry. Passes it to Wright. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
A precision passer, Curry, also excellent at seeing his guys when they're open.
Here's Dinwiddie. And again, it's the Nets missing. Mavericks trail by 8. Wright, the pass to Kleba. Here's Brunson. And stolen by Prince. Dinwiddie with it. Out defended by Cauley Stein. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Mavericks have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good from outside. Dallas with the ball. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. 29 seconds left to play in the first. Back to Curry. Down low. Here's Cauley Stein. 5 on the clock. They double him with Jordan. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Taurean Prince.
And Cauley Stein, so explosive around the rim. Hard to defend without fouling.
He's perfect from the line this time. Nets leading by 6. The 11-footer and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley Stein, a presence defensively.
And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Mavericks have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Nets out in front, leading by 4. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Kyrie Irving is out there with Luwawu, and it's Harris in at the 3. Jared Allen's checked in for Joe Harris. Now, here's Doncic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. This one for 3. That shot misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. They've led by as much as 10.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Boy, great display of concentration and tenacity from Irving there. Fighting his way through contact, getting it up and down, plus the foul.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleba. Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Curry. Hardaway is subbed in for DeLon Wright. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Left side Durant. And then Durant with the jam.
Yeah, the easy hoop assisted by Allen that time. He's developed a nice passing game.
And here is Doncic. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Powell, the pass to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
The kick out to Irving. Outside, KD. It's rebounded by Doncic. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. 7-point differential. Hardaway passes to Porzingis. And it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, that expansive reach of Allen. I mean, so good at positioning himself and using his length and timing to stifle shooters.
Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Porzingis. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Porzingis has got his second bucket.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Irving from long range. And again, it's the Nets missing. Mavericks trail by 5. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Here's KD. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Dinwiddie's checked in for Kyrie Irving. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Porzingis.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Powell finds Doncic. Over to the wing. Back to Powell. Out to Hardaway. Dallas moving the ball around. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, you got to give Hardaway Jr. credit, guys. I mean, he's excellent at finding ways to get to a spot and then make the defense compromise.
A different look for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Porzingis. And Curry subbed in for Luka Doncic. Jordan, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Luwawu Cabarrot comes in for Karis LeVert.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
Kleber against Harris. No one near Curry as he lets it go. Out to Hardaway. Looking for Cauley-Stein. He gets it there. Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Count it.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
On the wing, Hardaway. Right wing. And stolen by Jordan. Dinwiddie with it. Out defended by Cauley-Stein.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Pass to Hardaway. Back to Curry. 3-pointer. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Curry's got 5.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Yeah, they've gone away from the triple as they look to protect this lead.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that can be a mistake, but they weren't shooting it especially well early on, so I think it makes sense to shy away from the triple.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets bringing the... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. Their field goal percentage was a rope. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. Nets leading by 7. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Porzingis has got the first points to start out the third quarter for Dallas.
Boy, you know, guys, the combination of strength and height for Porzingis allowing him to take on physical defense much better.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Inside. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Finney-Smith.
Tell you what, for a young player, Doncic has already shown tremendous skill and feel for the game. Beautiful floor awareness there.
Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. To the paint. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Finney-Smith. LeVert defending. Doncic dishes to Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
So far, so good to begin this half. They're 3 for 3. Perfect.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And, boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Durant with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Dinwiddie's got 14.
You know, you look at Durant, I don't think he gets enough credit for his passing. He's excellent at getting the rock to his guys.
Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And here we go. Dinwiddie heading to the hoop. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That's foul number 2 for him. DeLon Wright, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Prince in for Dinwiddie. And it's good for 2.
And the offense starting to click for them this half. They've raised that field goal percentage quite a bit since the break.
Irving passes to Allen. Three-pointer, LeVert. Here's Prince. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Prince has got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, the attacking mentality of Prince right there. You love that. If he has a lane, he's not going to wait around. He's going to hit it right away.
Back to Doncic. Shoots the 3. The putback. Offensive rebound. Howell. And it's sent back by Allen. It's LeVert on the wing. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. On the wing, Irving. Guarded by Doncic. Back to LeVert. Just 5 on the clock. Doncic with the steal. And they're running. Wright finds Porzingis. And Porzingis throws it down hard.
How about Porzingis with the fancy throwdown? Love seeing the big fella finish with that kind of power.
Here's Irving. Porzingis with the block. Wright outside. And he banks in the layup. Wright's got his third basket of the night.
Boy, I appreciate how competitive Wright is. Likes taking it inside and doing his work there.
Powell against Allen. Porzingis passes to Powell. Stolen by Allen. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Doncic with the steal. Porzingis kicks to Wright for the lead. And the layup is up and in. Wright's got 8 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Powell. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists in the game.
Boy, very easy that time for Powell. He's not going to miss that one.
Pass to Jordan. Prince outside. Irving looking for an opening. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Mavericks lead by 3. And while we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Yeah, and as a 2-guard, he's typically not a reluctant shooter, so it was really nice to see him orchestrating for a teammate instead.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Setting the floor for the Nets. Inside, we got Prince and Jordan. Then there's Harris, and it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Curry outside. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Nets trail by 3. Dinwiddie dishes to KD. The feed to Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
There's a reason why Jordan's a high percentage shooter. Shooting percentage a function of the kind of shots you get. He opts mainly for dunks.
On the wing, Doncic. Dallas moving the ball around. On its way from Curry for 2. Off target from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
KD drives in.
Well, that dribble gives KD the momentum he needs, and you can see his teammates already loading up with smiles as he explodes to the cup.
Curry passes to Doncic. No good on that one. Good D by Jordan. Doncic has gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. Prince outside. The pass to Durant. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Cauley-Stein's got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint and stolen by Prince. And here's the fast break. Jordan leading the way.
How about Prince? Really crafty defensively and coming up with the takeaway.
A little over a minute and a half of the 4th quarter gone now. Now Brunson. Outside Curry. Launches a 3. The shot missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
It's Durant on the wing. Inside. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Durant. 8 points for Jordan.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
Outside Prince. Brunson against Dinwiddie. Out to KD. LeVert the pass to Prince. And here's LeVert. Over to the left wing. Clock at 2. Dinwiddie. Jordan. Great positioning on the putback. And the Nets lead by 4.
Hey, that's why you want an experienced veteran like DeAndre Jordan. That's a huge hoop from him.
Outside for Curry. There's the triple. Another 3 for Dallas.
Shots like this prove Seth Curry is unafraid when it comes to taking big shots.
It's Durant on the wing. A minute 50 left here in the fourth quarter. Basket good.
No stage too big for KD. If you need a basket, he's your man.
It's deflected. Dinwiddie with the steal. Oh, and here comes Prince all alone.
And this is what you love about the game. Superb defense, great steal, and just like that, they add 2 points to this narrow lead.
Right side Curry. And Brunson has it in the corner. Back to Curry, and it's blocked. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. KD leading the charge. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Cauley Stein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. Curry outside. No good that time. The Nets go the other way with it. They've led by as much as 10. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Porzingis comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Hardaway. And the Nets making a change here as well. Allen's checked in. Count it! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Hey, he's so good at running to the right spot at the right time in transition. Seth Curry, somebody you've got to have an eye on in the open court.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Curry from deep three-point land. No good. That would have tied it. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. 3-point lead. Here's KD. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
You don't want to force it, though. Still need to get a quality look.
It counts. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
You know what, guys? You want the ball in Porzingis' hands in clutch moment. Why? He's an impact player.
Deflects the pass. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic...
for the land of the...
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on DA. Take it away.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Hardaway is out there with Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, we've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's George in at the shooting guard position.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Zubac the pass to George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Now, the early years when Paul George came into the league with the Pacers, you wondered how his frame would fill out. It's filled out nicely.
And so Doncic will bring it up for the Mavericks. It's a three-point game. And they double up Doncic. Down low. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Back to Leonard. Zubac kicks to Leonard. Beverley the pass to Zubac. 6 to shoot. Back to Beverley. Jacks up a 3. And again, it's the Clippers missing. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Hardaway passes to Powell. Does not find the mark. He's made 2 and missed 1 now. And that's a foul called on Dwight Powell. That'll be his second foul of the game. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Now here's Beverley. Not a lot of room. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kleber against Morris. The layup off target. And here's the fast break. Hardaway against George. And there's the pass to Finney-Smith. Now Porzingis. Doncic right side. Back to Porzingis. It's rebounded by Leonard. LA has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And then Leonard with the dunk.
With his developing handle, Leonard now has defenders at his mercy when on the bounce.
Kleber kicks to Doncic. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. To the wing on the left. Here's Porzingis. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so Beverley will bring it up for Los Angeles. Outside, George launches it. They grab their own miss. Zubac. The 3 from Morris. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. For the Clippers, Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And Dallas with a change here too. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Doncic passes to Porzingis. And it's in there.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult one.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the...
What a jam! Wow!
Fans loving that right there.
What a jam!
Nice. Yeah, Porzingis right through the defense, and a sweet dunk from the big man.
And George, here we go. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And this will be his second and third shots at the line here.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
Green, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. And then for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Really left alone that time.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Clippers trail by 4. Shamet kicks to George. Cauley-Stein against Harrell. The Mavericks pull it in. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. And that one's good. Right.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's George. Kleba with the rebound.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Outside Williams. Good.
Although he's a little bit smaller, Lou Williams does not deter himself from getting inside and scoring over the top of the trees.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. And that does it for the first quarter. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 4. Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverley about his throwback style.
Old school basketball, you know, and it's fun.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverley may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
On the floor for Dallas, they've got Seth Curry. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Powell. Then it's DeLon Wright. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position. Clippers trail by 4. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to Vancouver.
right? Let's get back in
and
both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. To the inside, Shamet, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
When you're given the ball as much as Lou Williams has gotten it through the years, he's experienced enough to make those kind of plays.
Back to Curry. Latrey. Dallas, no good that time either.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the 6th men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Jermichael Green, and it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Porzingis passes to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Doncic. They need this. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Zubac. Harrell against Porzingis. Now here's Harrell. He's covered closely. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Curry with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Here's Beverly, and he bangs it home with one hand.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
Finney Smith passes to Pop. The Clippers grab the miss. Harrell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Shamet finds Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Powell, the pass to Finney Smith. To the middle. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut back down to 6 after the bucket from Powell.
And providing the support, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Los Angeles.
Shamet, the pass to Zubac. Back to Shamet. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. A different look for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. And George is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber comes in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway is subbed in for Curry. Mavericks trail by 8.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Finney Smith kicks to Doncic. Down low. Here's Porzingis. That shot missing. The Clippers go the other way with it.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Great timing there. Paul George rising up, collecting the ball, and throwing it down.
The shot and game clock separated by 4, and the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You can't be too physical with Cauley Stein. He never backs down from the contact.
It's his first trip to the line.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers going into the break. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Boy, a lot of energy in this arena tonight. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They only had a couple of rough stretches. And it's just about time now for the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Without question, George displaying his skills today.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Doncic outside. He feeds it to Powell. Out to Doncic. Inside. And the rejection by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. Leonard's got the ball, and they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
That's a bad miscue, but I think they've done a really good job keeping control of the ball throughout the game.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Powell against Zubac. There's the dish to Beverly. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Here's Morris. It's rebounded by Dallas. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Hardaway. The shot will not fall. Excellent D there from George. Morris with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. Morris against Doncic. Morris dishes to George. Takes a three. Here's Zubac. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4.
Here's Beverly. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Beverly's got the lead up to 14 now for the Clippers. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Powell, that's good.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
George. And George with the stuff.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. Passes to Porzingis. Finney-Smith kicks to Porzingis. To the paint. Powell, that's good. Powell's got 10 points in the game.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
George with the bucket.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Hardaway with it. Guarded now by Morris. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And George kicks to Beverly. Outside for George. To the inside. To the left side wing. And Leonard has it in the corner. Back to George. Zubac against Powell. 14 feet away. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Jackson has the open look. And the 3 off target. Mavericks trail by 12. Wright, the pass to Kleber. Dallas shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The first one falls. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass. Williams has got his 2nd basket of the night.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Clippers leading by 12. Pass to Shamet. Harrell kicks to Shamet. And Harrell slams it in.
Well, Harrell gets up there and he uses that long wingspan for the finish.
Mavericks trail by 14. Pass to Cauley-Stein. He dishes it to Curry. Back to Cauley-Stein. Cauley-Stein controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Harrell. And the miss.
Taking some more pride on the defensive end. Cauley-Stein being disruptive on that possession.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Maxi Kleber is out there with Cauley-Stein. Then it's Curry. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. Here's Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on it. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They trail by 16. Makes it off the glass.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
And that one's good. Shamet.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's Finney-Smith. He's covered by Shamet. Here's Cauley-Stein. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in.
Taking contact on the way up. Cauley-Stein going through it that time.
Now, here's Shamet. Tight defense on him. Here's Harrell. It's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Looking to get it going. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and two shots coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The free throw drops for Curry. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in for Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Williams. Dallas also making some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Cauley-Stein. And it's Porzingis in for Maxi Kleber.
Just tough shots just don't bother Paul George. So smooth with it when he gets into his motion.
It's Curry outside. Rebound by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together. Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Dallas making a switch here. Hardaway's checked in. Finney-Smith passes to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. Powell with the steal. Stolen by George. Morris into the lane. Porzingis with the block.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor. taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Clippers leading by 14. George from deep three-point land, kept alive. Kicks it out to Leonard. Tries again. And there's George. That's good on the assist by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Finney-Smith passes to Hardaway. Over in the corner, Doncic. Over Beverly. Doncic, no good.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Clippers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for George.
He was tough to cover all game long. One of those nights when he felt like nobody could stop him, and they didn't.
George, no good. Mavericks trail by 14. And the first one at the line is good.
Growing up in the Bay Area, I worked out a lot and spent a lot of time with Tim Hardaway Sr. Remember the killer crossover? And Tim Hardaway Jr. continues to show why he belongs in the league after a lot of hard work on his own.
Here's Leonard, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 14.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
Yeah, huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Powell. The shot off that time, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The shot by George, no good. Here's Porzingis, the fast break chance. That one falls.
Porzingis out there and hustling in transition to get the nice finish.
Outside, George. The pass to Beverly. Back to George. So the Clippers winning this one easily. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks.